Zozo, sit down. Zozo, Zozo, sit down, girl. Little puppy. Hey, little puppy. Y'all, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? It's your boy Rob Thomas Jr. and this is the real new behind the new. Well, actually, those are my puppies. They barking. There's a bunch of stray cats around here, man. They living up under one of these houses around here, bruh. And they be really screwing with my puppy. The other night, she was so hyped, man. She broke her little chain right there, boy. She broke her leash and started chasing one of the cats, man, and wound up in the neighbor yard. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. But then my little puppies right there. The little boy sitting down in the back, that's a little handsome. Hold on, let me introduce y'all to my little puppies. Oh, right here, she the mean one. She always in some drama. She always got some drama going on. She keep up the drama. Hey, girl. Hey, that little girl. Ain't she pretty, y'all? Look how pretty she is. Hey, little girl. This handsome right here. Look at his big old paw. I should call him Bigfoot. He's a little handsome puppy. But look how big his paw is. Hey, boy, you better stop jumping on me. Jumping. But anyway, back to, let's get to what we're talking about because we're going to be brief this morning. How y'all doing this Sunday morning? Y'all know, man, this your boy Rob Thomas Jr. Again, the real new behind the new. Yeah, today is August 23rd, 2020. And again, I'm going to be very, very brief. First and foremost, I want to say I thank everybody the last few days, the videos that I've been doing. We've been getting good interaction. A couple of the videos, pretty much like for every 3 people that watch them, they get one or 2 likes. You know, some of the videos we getting 30 likes on. We got to get those numbers up on the videos, though. That's why we need to get subscribers. I figured it out. More subscribers we need. To get. Basically, what I figured out, we need so many thousands of hours, about another 1,200 hours worth of watch time. Once we get that 1,200 hours, we'll be able to try to monetize this channel. So what I'm going to start doing, longer videos. But most importantly, I really need you all to help us get this channel up and running by, sharing the videos. Keep hitting the like button. But we want to talk about something that I'm starting to see all around the country. And I've been telling black people this for a long time now, but you're starting to see it. Why is it that when you see these protests, like look at what's going on up in Portland, and what was happening in other places like New York, you'll see where groups like Antifa and other militant, leftist militant type groups are co-opting a lot of the demonstrations that were started by black people. Like in Minneapolis, when you look at the murder of George Floyd, how it started out with black people marching. You know, in the beginning, they were joined by a few white people who have good intentions. They would like to help. But eventually, the shit descended into chaos because, again, now you have all these militant-ass groups like Antifa and others joining in the protests and creating mayhem. We as black people got to realize that everybody that say they with us ain't rolling with us. A lot of these folks ain't doing nothing but looking for the opportunity to enforce or insert their agenda using movements that started by us. Like I keep telling you, you got to watch even Black Lives Matter, because now when you look at Black Lives Matter, when you go and look at these protests, it's way more white people. You might see 12 black people and 400 white people out there. Little snowflake type white people, you know what I'm saying? Social justice warriors who are really out there trying to protest to save the spotted woodpecker and shit like that. But they're using Black Lives Matter to infiltrate movements that we're trying to start to create for justice for some of these people getting murdered by the police or other systemic racial issues. So I always try to tell people, man, everybody that try to get in ain't your friend. Now you look at again what's going on up in Portland. Portland, they've been out there acting a fool for them near 90 days now, 3 months almost. Out there in Portland, Oregon, they out there acting a goddamn fool. And it's Antifa. Now you got the Proud Boys. They're out there. You know what I'm saying? And just yesterday they had a big fight. They had a big fight last weekend, these two rival groups. But these protests are supposed to be about Black Lives Matter. Now you got two white groups out there fighting each other. And sprinkled inside the crowd of Antifa, you got 6, 7 Negroes. So black people got to understand, everybody that try to get in ain't your friend. A lot of these white folks literally are using the protests and the stuff that's going on to infiltrate and create more havoc and chaos, man. So we got to be careful. Then when you look at Black Lives Matter, I'm going to show you some real game. Pay attention. Every time a black person gets killed, Black Lives Matter comes out. Soon as Black Lives comes out, now you know they start protesting in the street. And I'm gonna keep it real. Mostly when Black Lives Matter, I'm gonna be real. When they do get out there, they don't be the ones that's causing a lot of this shit. But you see white people out there with them breaking windows and shit, and they'll start the looting. They'll start breaking the windows at some of these stores, and it be black folks rush in. You ever see that movie, Fools Rush In? The white folks break the windows and create the chaos, and it's Negroes that's going in doing the rioting, the looting and stealing and shit. And then something I got to counter Black Lives Matter on. Looting and stealing is not fucking reparations. It's looting and stealing. You know what I'm saying? For real, it's called thievery. So, reparations is when a group as a whole are compensated for an injustice that's been perpetrated against them. 6, 7 Negroes breaking windows, running up in the store, ain't no goddamn reparation. That's 6 or 7 Negroes stealing. Now, again, pay attention, like I was finna say with Black Lives Matter, you got to pay attention how they roll. They'll start out for the first 2, 3 days of their protest, Black Lives Matter. Then next thing you know, they come in, Trans Lives Matter. Next thing you know, they come back, Queer Lives Matter. So you got to even watch Black Lives Matter because, again, I keep telling y'all, when you look at the Black Lives Matter manifesto or their doctrine, they're really about spreading and promoting a pedophilia and homosexual agenda amongst our people. Their whole goal is to get transvestites, pedophiles, homosexuals into position of power politically. That's what Black Lives Matter is really all about. You see what I'm saying? So now, again, when you see Black Lives Matter out there, you see 10 times more white people than you do black people. All them white people ain't out there just because they feel sorry for George Floyd. No, again, like I say, half of them out there, man, to try to save the spotted woodpecker. They have ulterior motives and ulterior agendas. So we have to watch who it is that we let in to our movements, man. Because what happens is when you invite, Malcolm X said it well, and it's proven fact throughout history. When black people start a movement, it's easy. Just Black Matter is a self-confessed Marxist group that wants to destroy the fabric of society, backed by another George Soros. A lot of people, I'm going to just be real. I would go and say 3/4 of Americans don't know who George Soros is. George Soros sponsors Black Lives Matter. He sponsors Antifa. George Soros, put it like this. George Soros, everywhere he goes, he is literally responsible for trying to overthrow governments. Literally, he has a hand in overthrowing plenty of governments overseas. The same shit you see here, he does it in China. He does it, you know what I'm saying, in Taiwan. He's doing it all over the world. He's literally backing all this chaos, man. When you look at Antifa, I mean, these cats are like a military, a wing of a military. Man, they are highly sophisticated. They got, top of the line logistical equipment. They got shields. They got professional military equipment. Where the fuck they get that type of money from? Again, George Soros. Y'all excuse me for a second. Ain't nothing like a good cup of coffee. My husband is dealing with There's 5 or 6 countries George Soros can never step foot in again because of his tactics in trying to overthrow countries. But again, I want to say I lost my train of thought. But now Malcolm X said it well, and it's been proven. Black people, when you allow other people to come into your group, you know what I'm saying? You are basically inviting infiltration from the CIA, FBI, any other governmental organization. You allow these people, like when they're with that not fucking around coalition, when they actually came out and marched, they actually did themselves a disfavor because now the FBI sees this heavily armed militant black group. They're going to start sending more and more blacks to them to infiltrate them. That's literally what goes on. So black people, again, I'm not saying this in a racist manner because everybody knows me. I look at shit from both sides. I see color, but I don't give a fuck about a person's color. I'm like Martin Luther King. It's about your character, the way you conduct yourself, your personality. You know what I'm saying? And when you like I say, when you see these black groups out there, man, they might be on the forefront for the first 3 days, but as you notice, as the shit go on, you see more and more white people. All these white people are not coming out there to help you because they really love you. Again, a lot of them have ulterior motives. Like a lot of y'all, like this, this viewer just said about the spreading of the Marxist agenda. You have to understand what fascism is. You have to understand what Marxism is, communism. You have to understand all that, as well as capitalism. You have to understand the political goals that these groups are trying to facilitate, and they're using the movements that black people start to create further chaos. Like I say, mostly when black people get out and they protest in the streets behind the death of another black person at the hands of the police. Most times that shit starts out peaceful, but it's until these other groups come in and start joining in, that's when shit goes haywire. Remember how they caught, I think it was up in New York, they caught, they never caught who perpetrated, but there were bricks strategically stationed at certain places and in certain positions. Stacks of bricks, pallets of bricks. Why did that shit just magically appear? Now that shit is being driven by I guess you could say operatives like George Soros. You know what I'm saying? That's bent on creating anarchy inside this country to throw it up. In DC also. So we have to understand as black people, everybody ain't our friend. Everybody that's trying to get in ain't our friends, man. It's never, I mean, it's never failed to been proven throughout history. Even when Dr. King there was marching through the civil rights era, Hoover constantly puts agent provocateurs. That's what I call. That's what they really call agent provocateurs. Dr. King had to deal with. He didn't know who the fuck to trust because so many people were coming in, and in the beginning they come in with smiles. Next thing you know, they got bricks, chains, and they're creating the anarchy. So we as black people, man, we got to really start looking deeper into what's really going on and how we are always being used as pawns by white people. And again, this is not a racial thing that I'm talking about. This is just fucking reality. We are used as pawns. They get us out there in the middle of the street marching and protesting. You see what I'm saying? And then they come in, infiltrate our groups, and they create chaos and destruction, whereas we take the heat for it. Let me ask y'all a question. How come them white folks are not helping black folks march in black neighborhoods where niggas are killing niggas like the plague? Black folks are killing more people every year than COVID-19, but you don't see them white folks out there marching with us for that shit, do you? You don't see them coming in our neighborhood marching behind gang violence. Hold on. She said, and notice how the FBI and many people in the education system are trying to defame Martin Luther King. Well, Martin Luther King was a great man. We take nothing away from him. But at the same time, Martin Luther King was human. He had flaws. But the FBI really tried to basically They wanted to kill Martin Luther King. Really, Hoover could not stand Martin Luther King. So yeah, they had attacks against him. But you got to realize, during that time, man, I'm gonna keep this real. I'm finna fuck a lot of y'all up, man. I know y'all gonna be mad when I tell you. But your civil rights movement back in the 50s and 60s was full of homosexuals. Literally. That's why a lot of prominent black leaders, they distanced themselves from those movements because it was at that time even being ran by gay agenda. You know, and I'm not saying, of course, I'm not saying Dr. King was gay, but yeah, that's what happened, y'all. I gotta get ready to end this video. My ride is here. I gotta put these puppies up. I promise y'all, I'm gonna come back this evening. I guarantee y'all, I'm gonna come back this evening and finish. Chai, sit down, girl, and finish this video. Let me get these puppies up, man. Y'all share these videos. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Also, if you can, make a small donation to the to the Real News Behind the News through the cash app, hashtag Real News 3. But y'all give me a moment, man. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna come back and finish these videos. Y'all be blessed.